Tired of swiping but never connecting? You've tried dating apps, but somehow it's just not working the way you hoped. You don't need more apps. You need better tools. At Singles Seeking Soulmate, I help men become better partners, starting with themselves. Learn how to communicate clearly, set boundaries, build confidence, and actually understand what healthy women are looking for. And yes, you'll also have the opportunity to meet high-quality, emotionally available women ready for something real. You don't have to keep doing this alone. Dating School for Men, real skills, real women, real relationships, this is your moment. Join us and build the relationship life you actually want.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm just checking my schedule real quick. Okay, I see some switcheroos on my schedule, so I'm just going in trying to clean it up. Okay, and I'm waiting for a video to come on my iCloud so I can upload it to YouTube. If you have not been over to YouTube, if you've not been over to my channel, I'm going to encourage that you check out YouTube. That is where all of my videos live. So every live that I've ever done, every teaching I've ever done, all of my podcast episodes live on my YouTube channel. And I have been encouraging my followers here on Instagram to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You are really missing out on longer form content. I have some reels and some shorts over there. I've been making more with Opus, what is it called? Opus Clips. So I've been using that more to make reels and shorter form content. But please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. And if you want an even better experience, if you want to see content you can't see anywhere else, not here on Instagram, not on regular YouTube, you want to join the membership. And let me look and see if I can tell you all how much the membership is. But membership will get you, oh my gosh, you will get some never before seen. Let me see how much it is, because I honestly don't remember, y'all. I set up membership so long ago. I don't remember. Let me see if I can find it. But membership is relatively cost effective, and you'll get some never before seen content on the membership side. Okay, so let me look right here. No, that's not helpful. That's not telling me how much membership is. Let me go into my studio. But check it out. Go on over there, look around, see what I got going on. And let's see if it's going to tell me here. Because, yeah, it does not. Y'all, it don't tell me how much it is. I didn't set it up. And I don't even know. I think it's $3.99. I think that's the lowest membership. But anyway, I'm going to jump in here now. And I want to talk about something women talk to me a lot about. And I believe, ladies, that if you're ready to level up, so this is for the women who want to level up. This is for the women who want to be their best selves. This teaching is for you. Okay, because one of the things that I hear you all say all the time is that men lie to get what they want from women. And one of the most infamous sayings that you ladies have about your no good boyfriend, your no good husband or ex-husband, your no good baby daddy, the one thing I hear you all repeatedly saying is how he lied. He pretended to be someone he's not, right? You all love saying that you were duped and he pretended to be someone he wasn't and he lied. And he told you what you wanted to hear and on and on and on. Okay, so we can all agree that at some point in time or another, a man has lied to us or told us what we wanted to hear, not what was the truth, to get what he wanted. We can all agree upon that, right? Okay, so if that's ever happened to you in life, how do you move forward? That's the biggest question I have for women. How do you move forward? Because you all have been in that situation umpteen million times. and you keep coming to us with the same, response. He lied. He told me what I wanted to hear, and he pretended to be someone he wasn't. He wore a mask. Okay, then what do you do now? What do you do moving forward? Because if you keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe, okay, you know the old saying that says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That applies. That applies right here. Okay? I'm going to put that little saying right here. Because why are you continuing to allow the lying? Right? In my eyes, a man who lies habitually, or even, let's go here. So I'm at my computer because I got tons of notes, tons of paperwork to do. So that's what I need to be focused on today. So I'm actually going to look up the definition because I was on live yesterday and was talking about, unethical, illegal, immoral, right? Those are the three things that I'm looking for when I'm vetting a man. Is he in any way unethical? Is he doing anything illegal? And is he immoral? If you ladies just focused on those three things, you would stay out of a lot of problems with men, a lot of problems. So in my humble opinion, lying to get what you want, or lying to manipulate someone, or for it to be benefited for your gain, that is unethical. Okay? That is unethical in my opinion. I'm trying to find the definition. Any action that violates moral principles, professional standards, or organizational policies resulting in harm or unfair advantage. Yes, so I would consider a man lying to you to get in your pants. So if a man tells you, perfect example, we've all been there, I've been there. If a man says, yeah, I want a relationship. Yeah, I want to get married, right? Yeah, I want to settle down. Yeah, I see myself, being married and having kids one day. And 2-3 months go by, you all are sexually intimate, and, he goes about his business, and come to find out that's not on his agenda at all. It's not on his bingo card at all. I would consider that to be unethical. And the men will try to justify it. Now, this is what I think is interesting, ladies. The men will justify it in saying, well, once I got to know her, I wasn't interested in her that way. Or once I got to know her, I saw that we weren't a good fit. Now, this is after the sex. Because my question to them is, okay, but had you all not slept together, how soon would that have happened? How soon would you have come to that realization? Which is exactly why I keep telling you, ladies, stop sleeping with men. Stop sleeping with men that are not your husband. I don't know how many times I have to say it. And can I be honest? It's probably going to be engraved on my tombstone. Like, I've already told my kids that, I want to be cremated. So you can either put it on my urn, okay, or if you want to, get me a plot and put the ashes in there and get me a tombstone, here's what I want it to say on the tombstone. So it's going to talk about how fabulous I was, and it's going to give my greatest piece of advice. Ladies, stop sleeping with men who are not your husband. So this is Anita's greatest piece of life advice. And that's what it's going to say. Stop sleeping with men who are not your husband. Okay? So that way you can find out sooner what his true intention is. It's hard to lie. It's hard to keep a lie going when your ball sack is full. Okay? It's hard to keep a lie going when, you need a release and you're not getting it from me. So you got to go somewhere and get it. So just know this, men who lie to get what they want, they are moving in an unethical manner. And you should have the same standard as me, in my humble opinion. I think all women should. Is this man illegal? Is he unethical? Is he immoral? Okay. What are some illegal things that men do? They cheat on their taxes. They commit crimes. Okay, they kill people. They steal things, right? And there's all kinds of ways you can steal. You got your blue collar stealing, you got your white collar stealing. But it is all illegal. All right? They have sex with underage girls. Like, they do illegal things, bad things, okay? Immoral. And look, y'all, let me tell y'all how far we have fallen when it comes to morality. We have really fallen far because we as a society don't even agree on what's immoral. Not conforming to accepted standards of morality. That is the immoral definition. Let me see if I can find another one. But I'm going to be honest. Webster's has been struggling to define immoral because it's like everything y'all do. It says wicked. I like that one. Evil. Ooh, I like that one. Unconscionable. Unprincipled. Dishonest. Dishonorable. Ooh, some of these I like. Villainous. Nefarious. Fraudulent. Corrupt. Devious. Depraved. Shameless. Unvirtuous. Unchaste. Ooh, I like these. I like these. Bring these words back. Put these words on a t-shirt. But y'all are really struggling with what is immoral. And so can I give y'all my definition? If you are going against the laws of the Bible, if you're going against the 10 Commandments, if you are cheating on your taxes or cheating on your wife or cheating on your girlfriend or cheating on anyone that you say that you will be monogamous with, if you are emotionally, sexually, socially out here seeing other women when you are in a monogamous relationship, that's immoral. That's immoral in my opinion. Some of the sex acts y'all are doing are immoral, especially if they're outside of marriage. If you're having sex outside of marriage, it's immoral. And living together is immoral. Okay? Let me see if I can come up with some more. But like I said, I'm thinking about those 3 lanes and I'm praying that the men I'm interested in stay out of them. The illegal one to me is just getting to know the man and finding out what his life is really like and asking the right questions and digging deeper. The immoral one is really just observing. Just observe a man and you'll see if he's immoral. Just listen and observe. Unethical can be a little harder because, like I said, we're struggling to define unethical. Okay, here's some other ones. Wrong, for unethical. Wrong, deceitful, disreputable, fraudulent. They also have devious, unfair, sinful. Ooh, I like that one. Iniquity. Ooh, I like that one. That's an old school word. Unprofessional, villainous, depraved, crooked. So if the man you're interested in or dating fits any of these words, unworthy, they got that for unethical. Okay? That's not the man for you. You're not going to go very far. You're not going to go very far in life. If you are dealing with a man that is illegal, immoral, unethical. But you all don't use that standard in which to vet a man. And you find yourself in trouble over and over and over again. Like I keep telling y'all, it's not hard. Right? So maybe use your own words. Use your own words. Use your own words. See if you can, come up with your own words that, okay, if he's any of this, it's a no. Think about your values and your morals. Okay, but it really is not hard, ladies. And like I said, there is a way in which to sit across from a man. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with my iCloud. I'm going to log back in. You can sit across from a man. This is what I do. I'm going to show y'all what I do. You ready? I sit across from a man I don't know. And, he talks. He tells me a bunch of stuff. I go, really? Okay. And I ask questions. Right? And whether I think it's a lie or not, you will never know. I have the best poker face. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. So how long have you been doing that? Like, I just have normal, healthy conversation. Now, when that date is over, I attempt to verify some of the information. I immediately jump into verify this information. And you know why that is? Because remember, there's two lands that we can live in. We can live in the land of our feelings and our emotions. And ooh, what he told me felt so good to my ego. What he said and how he complimented me or how he looked, how tall he is and him paying for the date and him bringing me a gift. See, that's appealing to the right side of your brain, your emotions and your feelings. But then we have the left side of our brain, our logic, our rationale, facts. And see, I live primarily in this lane, right? This is the land I live in. Every now and again, I come over into this land. I come over into the land of feelings and emotions when it is safe to do so. But when I'm just walking around the world like a regular person, I'm over here. And that is the secret. That's the secret I believe most men and women need to learn, is live here in the land of facts and the lands of logic and rationale and visit here when it is safe to do so. But what do I see women do? Y'all live here. Y'all live in the land of what feels good. You live in the land of your emotions. And because you feel a way, that's what makes it the truth. And that's going to get you every single time. So when the date is over, I attempt to verify some of the information. I go on my computer, I go on my phone, and I do some detective work. And I try to figure out, okay, is this the truth? Is this what's really going on? Because you said a whole lot. You know, I asked you questions about if you married and if you divorced and how long has it been and how many kids you got. And okay, so I just want to verify that information. And you all should be doing that too. Especially if you have been lied to by a man to get what he wanted. Like if you've already had that experience, why haven't you grown from it? Why are you still falling for the okie doke? And some of these women are grown women. Y'all are 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus. Please make it make sense to me that you are in your 50s and men are still lying to your face and you going, okay, what? Like, can we be honest? I think men see certain women and they know that the foolishness ain't gonna fly. Okay. Can I be honest with y'all? I think they see certain women and they're like, yeah, no, I ain't going over to Anita. Anita gonna see right through me. Anita gonna see right through me. Anita gonna verify everything I tell her. Anita ain't gonna sit here and melt like, you know, an ice cube left out on the picnic table on a hot summer day. No, Anita's not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay cold. I'm gonna stay cool as ice. And so that doesn't feed their ego. That doesn't make them feel good, the fact that their lies are not working. So they are going to choose a woman that their lies work on. That, you know, I can tell you whatever and look at you. You are truly believing what I'm saying. You smiling from ear to ear. You ready to drag me home and rip off all my clothes. See, like, if we're being honest, and if men were honest, let's go here. Men would tell you, and they have, some men have told you this on podcasts, well, we lie because that's what y'all want to hear. A lot of women can't take the truth, don't want the truth, and that's why men lie. We tell y'all what y'all want to hear because you can't handle the truth. Okay? And then if they really bold, they'll tell you they lie to get what they want. They will actually tell you that with words. Well, lying to her is going to get me what I want. And that is a selfish, unethical man. Why would you want to be with said man? But can I, tell y'all the truth? A lot of men have lied to you all, and you've caught them in lies. And you continue to deal with them. And in my humble opinion, men will keep lying because y'all will keep dealing with them. Men will keep telling y'all what y'all want to hear because y'all will keep dealing with them. You will keep listening to their lies. So, of course, they're going to keep giving you what they say you want. And men love saying that. Well, that's what y'all want. Y'all don't want the truth. You want to lie. But yes, as long as you keep dealing with them, as long as you keep listening to the lies, And well, is that true? Did he say that? And questioning yourself. I don't question myself. If I catch a man in a lie, and I very directly say, yeah, there's an untruth here. Something is not adding up. That's usually how it starts. I usually say something to the effect of, something is just not adding up. Something just feels off. That's how I started. I never outright say, you're telling a lie. No, I am never that direct in my confrontation. But I say, something is just not adding up. And just look, the look on my face says it all. The man is like, oh boy. Oh boy. But y'all, I try. I do. I try to give game. I try to teach y'all. I really do. Hold on. Let me look at these comments. I do. And a lot of it falls on deaf ears. When men use social media talking points is a no for me. That's an easy one. That is an easy one. And I keep telling women that. And guess what, though, Brianne Nicole? I tell men the same thing, though. I actually give men the same advice. Please stay away from women who use social media talking points. So that's the reason why I keep telling women, stop using words like provider man. Stop saying that. Stop using words like 50-50. Okay, avoid words like hypergamy. I don't need to tell a man I'm hypergamous. I just move in such a fashion that he sees, oh, wow, I've got to be better. I've got to do better. I've got to be better than Anita. See, I just move in such a way that's like, ew, no, I'm good. See, I don't ever have to say the word hypergamy. I don't ever have to say the word provider. I don't ever have to say the word 50-50 or 100%. I don't ever say those words. I never say those words to men ever. I never ask, what are you bringing to the table? And men shouldn't be asking about body count. Like, come on, you're a grown adult person. And if you relegate your entire game of dating to social media talking points, like you're a little kid, you're a grown up, act like a grown up. A man who just want to text all the time is a no. Yep. That's an easy one. Love the hair. Thank you. But, yeah, like I tell men the same thing. I tell women, yeah, if he, especially it was right after, Kevin Samuels died. So right after Kevin Samuels died, I warned women. I said, look, let me tell you an easy way to vet a man. If he uses any of Kevin Samuels' talking points, is a no. And you just disappear. You don't have to, confront him. You don't have to talk about Kevin Samuels. You just disappear. And he's just like, hey, what happened? How come we never hooked up? Or how come we never went out? And this and that. I just don't think we're a good fit for one another. I think we have two different mindsets when it comes to dating or relationships. And yeah, I'm just looking for the person who is my best fit. That's it. I told him what to say word for word. That's what you say. You don't have to say, oh, you got all these Kevin Samuels talking points and oh, this and that. No, you don't have to do that. We are not of the same mindset when it comes to dating and relationships. When it comes to having a healthy relationship, I don't think we're on the same page. See? You straight up tell them that and leave them alone. But y'all want to give them a dissertation while you and your Kevin Samuels talking points and Kevin Samuels is dead and blah, 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 and this is why he going to hell and all this other. No. I don't need to say all that. I just avoid those men because those men have been indoctrinated. But can I be real? Some of you women have been indoctrinated in Pink Pill. Some of you women have been indoctrinated in Shira 7. Some of you women have been indoctrinated in, I don't know, other femininity coaches and other femininity content. I've been talking about masculine and feminine forever. I have been trained by the originator of polarity and all of these things by Dr. John Gray, by Dr. Patricia Allen. These people are in their 70s and 80s. I've known about this forever. And then it gets hijacked. It gets hijacked online by certain types of people that I guess see a money grab, and now it's everywhere. But I've been talking about this stuff. This stuff is not new. And yet, somehow, people found a way to monetize it, and now It's femininity this and soft life that. And I want to, lean back and be in my soft girl era and all that other mess. That's been around forever. And again, it's not even a conversation. You just do it. I keep training women. There's no words to be spoken. You just do it. Okay? Hold on a second. Miss_Tiffany01 says, I'm praying for all the men to be freed from the shackles of red pill ideology. A lot of men are missing out on their person because of that. I agree. But again, women are missing out because of pink pill. April Mason is a good femininity coach, but I try to listen to mostly Christian perspective. Okay. But yeah. Y'all, like, this thing then went clean off a cliff. It then went clean off a cliff. And what do I say to people? More than anything, I say, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. All the content that I take in is to make me better. I don't take in content that solidifies my position as a woman. That's the thing that men and women have got to put down. Stop looking at confirmation bias content. Content that is going to agree with what you already think and what you already believe. How about you go out there, get clean out of your comfort zone, and look at some content that focuses on you being better. Not the ills of, black women and black men and women in general and dating in general. See, that is where a lot of people go wrong. I don't watch that content anymore. I don't review it. A lot of people send me stuff to review. I do not do reviews anymore. I do not repost that negative content anymore. What is the point? Trust me, we know what the problem is. You don't need more people talking about what the problem is. Thank you, the Queen of Cascade, for purchasing a badge. I appreciate you. Okay. That's the first step for women, is to focus on self and love self. Agreed. Keep telling the truth, Auntie. Thank you. So that's what everybody needs to do. Stop, clean up your algorithm. Stop watching content that is only confirming what you already believe or what you already know about the opposite sex. Like, get that off your feed. That none of that stuff is on my feed. And y'all see that I post a lot of content by people of other races, of other ages, of other ethnicities, because I want y'all to get out of your bubble. I need you to get out of your bubble of looking at the same people making the same content with the same talking points. That is so, 2020, 2021, let it go. She says, I hear men can't find good women and women can't find good men. Who is to blame? What is really the problem? So we don't need to worry about who is to blame. That's the first thing we have to drop, is the blaming. We don't need to worry about that. All we need to do is work on ourselves and put ourselves out there. That's it. I don't need to point a finger to make progress. I don't need to point a finger to have success. Okay, that's it. That's a huge part of the problem, is we're spending too much time blaming. We love blaming one another, and the truth is, we just need to focus on ourselves and be better. Going to be honest, I have no idea what Kevin Samuels ever talked about. It never showed up for me. Good for you. Good. I'm glad. Your mind has not been influenced in that direction. Good for you. Because, it was a whole thing. But like I said, I think there was there's something higher spiritually at work. You have to believe that. It's not a coincidence that he rose as fast as he did and then he suddenly died. Like, that's not a coincidence. There's something else going on, but people don't want to speak on that or talk about that. But I digress. Okay, so ladies, is he doing anything illegal? Is he doing anything immoral? Is he doing anything unethical? That's it. And I actually learned that from Dr. Pat Allen. Those are the three things that you are going to ask yourself about that man. And when you see it, stop trying to paint red flags green. When you see the behavior, when you hear the lies, when you catch them in the lies, you don't have to cuss him out. You don't have to, confront him in a dramatic way. Just something is not adding up. See, I wish I could teach women how to do that better. how to talk to a man in a cool, calm, stoic way. That really, it's your demeanor that says it all. It's you know, it's your body language. You don't even need to use words. I just say, yeah, something's just not adding up. But some of the stuff Kevin Samuels said was true. He gave women a reality check on what type of men are really available to them. Yeah, a broken clock is correct 2 times a day. Okay, so, okay. But that era is done. And there's still residual effect from that era. And yet, we got to move on. You know, time is one directional. Time has moved on. And I'm going to post some content later today. And it is from an interview on Patrick Bet-David's podcast. A Black gentleman who's going to talk about the Black community and some of the ills and the problems in the Black community and how we got here. Let me find his name for you all. I can actually do that right now. But it's a wonderful interview. I'm going to strongly encourage that you all watch it because it is just such an... Bob Woodson's interview. That is an amazing interview. I'm going to leave a link to it when I post the content, the clips that I pulled from it. But he is someone that, you know, I knew of and I've heard him speak before. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, I 100%, you know, align with his thinking and his ideology. And I always have this idea of the 2-party system and, you know, Black people automatically going over to the Black people going over to the liberal or Democratic side. No, you don't automatically have my vote because I'm Black. Not even close. But that interview it's a wake-up call. And he speaks in facts. He speaks in historical data. Okay? I talked about this the other day. You all are out here believing what the media is trying to sell you about thousands of Black men being killed at the hands of white police officers. That is a lie. That is a lie. All you have to do is look up facts. There's data. There's facts out there that you all, for some reason, nobody wants to do the work of actually looking up the facts. So anyway, I digress. But do men lie? Yes. All the time. Do men lie for selfish reasons? Most definitely. Do men tell women what they want to hear so that they can get what they want? Yeah. Because think about it. If he told you the truth and you rejected him, like that is such a sting to his ego. What? I call myself being honest. And I've had guy friends that told me this, that I actually tried it your way, Anita. I went to this woman and I let her know, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want something casual. And, you know, she rejected me. She said no. I said, okay. But to me, that makes you an ethical person. That makes you an ethical person. That's called informed consent. Right? Informed consent is where you tell a person, this is what it is. This is what I'm going to do. This is what it is. This is what I'm not going to do. That's called informed consent. And in my mind, that makes you an ethical person. But no, they don't want to, they don't want to do right just for the feel-good feeling of doing right. They want to get what they want. They want to get the draws. So, yeah, I'm not going that route no more, Anita. I'm going to tell women what they want to hear, and I'm going to lie a little, and I'm going to do this. And I'm okay. That makes you a very unethical person. A very unethical, immoral person. That's what I believe. And I tell my guy folks, I tell them the truth all the time, and it is what it is. And, they going to keep doing them. But just understand that if you simply base your criteria off those 3 things, you'd be much further along. Okay? All right. She said, whenever things don't add up, I subtract myself. Good for you. That's my motto. Good for you. That's it. And again, less words, ladies. I know we love words. We love words. We love talking. We love explaining ourselves, and we love being heard. That's what the women say now. I just want to be heard. Baby, no, I don't. Not by you. Not by you. I don't want to be heard by no unethical, immoral, and illegal man, illogical, unread. No. Be mindful of who you want to be heard by. Because I don't want to be heard by him. Mr. Whitaker 5 says, I've been trying to join the group by email. I can't get through. Because I have gotten tons of requests and I have responded to all of those requests. So you are emailing info@betterlovemovement.com. Because yeah, all of the requests that came in, I have, let's see. Yeah, I have sent them. I'm just seeing if I see you real quick. But yeah, everyone who sent me a request. So I'm going to ask you to try again. We have a meeting tonight at 7:30. Hopefully you can make that meeting. But try again. Let me look in this other junk file. There's a possibility it could have went in there. But 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. It goes to my main email. Yeah. I just had this lady, she joined, and I actually just saw her in because I just sent out an email for the group. So yes, I would love for you to reach out, info@betterlovemovement.com. Okay, here's another one. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting them and I'm having Skool send out those emails. So yes, please let me know. Yeah, I'm actually starring them right now. I'm putting a star beside everyone that sent a request. So I'll go through it again. But yeah, please let me know so I can get you involved in Skool. All right, Millswa44 says, it's hard to help people because facts refute people's opinions. Sometimes I feel like men are by and large more selfish. All due respect, but not just men, but people lie. The love gurus seem to do it most. Notice they keep dropping like dominoes. Derek Jackson wasn't the first, sadly. Well, this particular live is about men. Okay, so we're going to stay on topic. Men who lie to get what they want. Okay, that's what this particular live is about. I'm an adult, so I'm fully aware that people lie. But I'm staying on topic today. And today's topic is about men who lie to get what they want. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Illegal, unethical, and what was the third one, if you don't mind? Immoral. The Queen of Cascade says less words, more power. I agree. That's what I keep telling y'all, but y'all don't want to move like that. You love giving your power away. I wholeheartedly agree with her, actually, and it works for us too. Less words with people you're not as familiar or involved in high regard with. Yeah, I just don't understand why y'all love talking to strangers. And look, y'all think y'all gonna make a difference in their life. Words to strangers is wasted words, wasted time, wasted energy. Okay? I invest my words in people who've invested in me, whether it's time, whether it's however, right? People who I look up to, people I admire, people I trust, like those are the people that get my words. But strangers, strange men, not really. Do you think as a woman, if you keep attracting men who never want a relationship, that you are doing something wrong? Not today. I would have said that 10 years ago, but not today, because to be honest with you, most men do not want relationships. Most men do not want relationships. The only thing I would tell you is you continue to engage with men who don't want relationships. Okay, that's probably the only thing I could come up with, right? And to some extent, I can determine that from a phone call. I can determine that from a first date. I can determine that from the way a man looks. I can determine that from what a man does for a living. I can determine that by how much money a man has. There are a lot of ways to determine if a man wants something serious where you don't have to go out with him for a month. You don't have to talk to him on the phone every day. Like some things are kind of a given. And so, yeah, I want you to tighten up on the vetting process. David Redzesi, what if you lie, tell the woman you want to get married and having children and all, then after knowing that person intimately, you follow through with what started as a lie? So the lie became the truth. So you lie and tell a woman you want to get married and have children. And then after knowing the person, you follow up with, what? Okay, so is it a lie? That's my question. Is it a lie if you say, yeah, I want to do all that, and then you do it? Like, yeah. But you're saying the man said it as a lie, and then he eventually did it. Yeah, I guess if you follow through, it isn't. Men and women lie, but don't take full ownership for their foolishness. It's okay to tell the truth. I promise you the truth will set you free, and it feels so good to be honest and truthful. Do you say most men don't want relationships because you believe they're lying about saying they do? No, I listen to men. Like, I actually listen to them. I listen to them and I watch what it is they do. So based on the words they say and the things they do, I have inferred that they don't want to be in long-term committed relationships. There's a whole percentage of men right now that are screaming from the top of their lungs that they don't like women, that they're checked out from relationships, that dating has become ridiculous, women's standards are too high, blah, de, blah, de, blah. Okay? So that is men telling us what it is they think and how they feel. So I'm going to take that at face value. That's just like if I sit across from a man at a dinner table, like I did 2 weeks ago, and I said, so do you think you'd ever get married again? Oh, no, my God, no, I can't do it. I've been married before. That ended horribly. And, she did this, she took that, blah, blah, blah. And no, I just don't see that happening. I take that man's word at face value. And if my relationship goal is marriage, I don't call him again. It really is that simple. So based on the words he used, based on his exasperated body language and the story he told me, he's not interested in getting married again. See, it really is not hard. It's not rocket science. We just refuse to accept what the people are telling us. He said, how does all that mean they don't want a relationship? Couldn't they be voicing that because they want relationship? If something, no. That's not how that works. See, here we go. That's not how that works. I take people at face value. Now you're asking me to put emotion into it. And I don't do that. The fact of the matter is, you said with your own mouth and through your body language, you do not want to get married again. You're asking me to inject feeling. You're asking me to inject my own emotion. And I don't do that. I take exactly what men tell me at face value. So in that regard, I actually believe what he's telling me. I don't believe him saying he doesn't want to get married is a lie. I believe it's the truth. And I move accordingly. I take exactly what he says at face value and I move accordingly. I don't let my feelings or my emotions say, well, he hasn't met me. He hasn't. No. Well, exactly what he said is what it means. I think because the economy hasn't been good over the last few years, most men can't afford to be in relationships and get married. And if a man is a real man, he won't get in anything serious. That could be if his funds aren't right. Yeah, that very well could be. Very well could be, because it's rough out here, y'all. It's like I said, in the last month, it's starting to touch me a little. It's starting to touch me. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Because I've been fine. And now I'm feeling touched by the foolishness. Like, what is going on? I'm asking myself that question. Why is the foolishness touching me? Okay. So, yeah. I could, I ain't gonna lie with y'all. I could see why that would be. Because the foolishness is touching me right now, y'all. It is. It's oh Lord. It's something. Okay. But let me hold on. I got to send this email real quick. So, like I said, we're going to focus on those three things. Immoral, illegal, unethical. We're going to, take people at face value, especially if they're telling us something we don't want, right? So if a man says, I don't want nothing serious, I'm going to believe him. I don't want to get married, I'm going to believe him, right? Like anything that goes against what is good for me, if he say it, I'm going to believe him. Now, I'm going to use the opposite logic if he tell me anything different, like, yeah, I want to get married again. I see myself see that. I'm going to take with a grain of salt, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to watch, and I'm going to verify that. So anything that I think could be a lie, I'm going to just wait that out. I'm going to observe. I'm going to ask more questions. I'm going to lean back, and I'm going to verify that information. But if he tell me something that's like, I don't want to be in a relationship, I don't want anything serious, I don't see myself being committed, I'm actually going to take that as the gospel. So the things that are not what I want, the things that make me like, oh, yeah, I'm probably going to take that as the gospel truth. That's all. That's not what I meant. I'm saying many men are voicing concerns because they want relationships. They just been through stuff. You sound like you're only speaking on red pill guys who flat out hate women. No, I'm talking about, like I said, I sat across from a man 2 weeks ago. I sat across from a normal average man 2 weeks ago. And he was like, no, I don't want to get married. And I was like, okay. And he hasn't heard from me since. That's not a red pill guy. That's not a young guy. This is a guy in his, I think he's 59, But yeah, he told me he don't want to get married, and I'm taking him at his word. And any other man out here in the real world that says, nope, I don't want a real, relationship. I don't want, take them at their word. Take them at their word. I'm not going to inject any form of my feeling or emotion into it. I'm just going to take you at your word. That is the logical truth that you're telling me. And I'm going to go about my business. That's all. And think about it like this. I don't spend much time online. I don't know why y'all are confused by that. I don't know how often you see my content. What is making y'all think I live my life online? You do know that I spend 2 hours a week. I spend 2 hours a week online. I don't know why people are confused by that. I don't know if because y'all watching my back-to-back. I had a guy one time reach out to me, and you would have thought we was best friends. Like, I said, sir, what are you talking about? I spend 2 hours a week online. I don't know if you're going to my YouTube channel and you watching 8 videos in a row and you think we the best of friends. You think I live online and that's all the people I know? No, most of my life, 98% of my life is spent out here in the world. Walking around, talking to regular people, older people, younger people, people in the middle. Then I give talks at colleges. I give talks at VCU. Black Alumni Weekend was weekend before last. Then I give talks at UVA. Then I go to JMU. Then I go, University of Richmond. Like, I talk to people in the world. Okay, if I'm being honest, that's why I don't spend that much time online, because I don't want to be indoctrinated in this bull crap online. I don't want to just interact with red pill men. I don't want to just interact with bitter women. I actually want to be out in the world talking to regular people. So I don't know what y'all are thinking. Like, that blows my mind. I don't know what y'all are thinking, because maybe, like I said, this dude emailed me and you would have sworn that he thought we were long lost friends. I was like, I'm sorry, who is this? Like, what are you talking about? So you've been sitting there watching my videos over and over. You feel like we know each other. I don't know you. And I'm just being frank in that regard. I don't know you. Okay, you might be a perfectly nice gentleman, but, I don't know you. Not every man or woman is marriage material. Agreed. He said that's fair if you're talking about guys who flat out say it that clear. Gotcha. I'm speaking on a person who wants to find love again, but just been through it. I mean, that's a lot of people too. But again, I can't do anything about that. All I can do is observe you. All I can do is tell you, is take what you're telling me at face value, right? I tell people all the time, I am a therapist. I'm not your therapist. Okay. I'm a therapist, but I'm not your therapist. So all I can do is what you say out of your mouth and what you do, your actions. If your actions and words align to, I don't want anything serious, that's what it is. That's the truth. And I'm not going to encourage people to do anything different. Whatever you've been through is called, that's between you and your therapist. That's between you and your mama. That's between you and your best friend. That's not for me to manipulate all the information and figure out what to do with it. No, I'm going to, he's not really calling like that. I'm not being introduced to anybody like that. He straight up told me he's not ready for anything serious. Nope, no relationship. See? All that equals no relationship. There you go. A lot of men don't know how to be honest and straightforward about what they do and don't want, but still does relationship things. Yeah, because can I be honest? That's how God made y'all. And he made us that way too. He made humans to want to be in relationship. So even when your mouth says, I don't want to be in a relationship, you don't kick that woman out right after you orgasm. Right after you orgasm, you don't pull out of her and go, all right, get out. No, you lay there with her, you cuddle with her, you have pillow talk, you invite her over, y'all kick it and watch movies and all the things. We're built for relationships. Every single person on the planet is going against their God-designed programming. You're not built to do what you're doing. That's why it's going so horribly wrong. The truth is, men and women were built for marriage. They were built to come together and build something together and create children and create a family. But guess what? Y'all made up y'all mind that you better than God. You better than Jesus. You know how to run your life better than God do. And so look at the mess you done made. This is the mess y'all are in because y'all know better than the Lord. So there you go. Red pill doesn't necessarily mean they hate women. Lots of time it's the mentality they have and how they view situations. Okay. About what they do and don't want. Okay. At Mr. Whitaker 5, a lot of times it's because they are used to being minimized. All right, that's true. The reality is that most men these days don't want to get married. It's sad, but it's true, unfortunately. People who spend their time online hate us that make them feel bad for being online more. Yeah, 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours. 2 hours. You get 2 hours a week. I make content 2 hours a week. I edit it offline. I upload it, and I'm technically not online. So, sorry. I can't do it. They aren't that person in real life and make their life online. Yeah, that's a lot of people. A lot of people have an alter ego. That's why you got to be careful about meeting people online. A lot of people have an alter ego. And who they are in real life and who they are online is totally different. That's why whenever people meet me in person, they're surprised because they're like, oh my God, you're exactly the same. I'm like, yeah, pretty much, right? I'm quieter. I'm actually quieter in person. I am an introvert by nature. I am an INFJ. So I am quiet. I'm reserved. I'm much more observant when I am out in the real world. I watch people and I speak when spoken to, if I'm being honest. Like I speak when spoken to. That shocks people. Because they're like, okay, you're doing all of this stuff and you have this platform and yet you come into a room and people don't even know you're there. I was like, yeah, because that's how I move in person. I observe people. I observe situations. I figure out if it's safe. That's it. If you want a relationship, I think a person should be outside more and less online. I agree. If you don't want anything serious, then why are you dating? Just stay by yourself. People are selfish. Sorry, people are selfish. People are always going to do what benefits them. Sad but true. So people are selfish. That's why. Online interactions are much different than in real life. I agree. I go out all the time and men still approach, but drinks, etc. He said at Brianne Nicole _ so true. Yep. They buy drinks. Yep. That's big facts, Anita. LOL. Before I was taken, I've been catfished by chicks who accuse me of catfishing them. Instagram is the real person these days. Yeah, just be mindful. Be mindful. But people recognize me. I look the same. I am the same. And there's like, oh, wow. I don't benefit from pretending to be one thing and doing another. I don't understand that life. So there's never going to be any scandals about me. You're never going to see me really in any trouble or anything because I don't benefit from doing that, right? Like I'm not making millions of dollars by tricking you all or telling you a bunch of lies. Like I keep trying to explain to people, yes, this is a part of what I do. Yes, I am compensated financially, but I will never be compensated so much money that I would want to lie or pretend to be someone I'm not. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand that. So, I'm going to be me regardless of what happens with this whole platform. I'm just going to be me. That's what I've already decided. I'm going to make sure that my values and my morals, my ethics all line up. I am a legal, moral, ethical person, regardless of the money that's involved. That's what I've decided. So that's it. Just because men are approaching you doesn't necessarily mean it's good intentions. I agree with that. But again, it's up to us to vet. Remember that. It's up to us to vet. If the man approaches you, or even online, if he DMs you, that's called so what? It's up to a woman to determine where that goes. And if I'm being honest, a lot of women don't like the responsibility of that. Women want, I don't know why, it blows my mind why women don't want to be accountable, don't want to be responsible. Like, I don't understand that, because I love everything about being an adult. I love everything about being a grown woman. I love having the power. I'm drunk on the power. I am absolutely drunk on the power. So I don't get it. This idea that, you know, women are just victims and men are just taking advantage of them and doing whatever they want to them. And, oh my gosh, I'm so weak. I'm so helpless. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because that is not me. That is not me. Ain't no dicks going inside of me that I did not approve. Okay? So I don't get it. The fact that these women will come on these platforms, talk about all the dumb stuff they did, and then are shocked by the bad results they got. That just blows my mind. Yeah, I went over this guy's house. I had sex with him on the first night, and then 2 days later, he disappeared, and then I saw that he was dating somebody else. Like, huh? What? And he's a bad guy? What? Like, y'all, that can't never be me. That can't never be me. So you made a bad decision with a man you don't know. And the fastest way that you can get that off of you is by saying he's a bad guy. He's a bad person. Okay, anyway. All right, I'm glad we had this conversation. But remember, those are the top 3 things that I want you to, just put the man up against. But if you see anything immoral, illegal, or unethical, that's telling you something. That's telling you something. And just go the other way. Go the other way. Now, if you don't, it's on you. It's on you. And it's just like when women get mad at me when I say, hey, you dressed a certain way. You drinking around strange men. You going out at night. You walking in dark alleys. Like, you're doing all the things that is putting yourself in harm's way. And so why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you take the advice I'm giving you and play it safe? And that's not to say that things won't still happen, but at least somewhere in your psyche, right? So if I'm sleeping in my bed tonight at 11 o'clock and a man kick in my front door and come up to my bedroom and rape me, okay, I can feel good knowing that I was exactly where I was supposed to be. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to do. Like, to me, that's what true victimization looks like. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm sober-minded. I'm in a deep sleep. But the truth is, women feel tormented. The torment that they feel, them crying online and making these videos, can we be real? Is because they know deep down they made horrible choices. They know that they played a part in their demise. They made horrible choices. They went out half dressed. They went over some strange man's house they didn't know and had alcohol or smoked weed. They made some really bad choices. And then, this the kicker, y'all, they don't learn from it. They don't learn from it. They don't change what they do. They don't scream to the rooftops to anyone who will listen, hey, I did this. This is what happened. Don't do it. Don't do it. Been there, done that. No, they keep doing the same thing over and over again. She said women value attention more than intention. It's true. It's true. But y'all got to check yourself on that one. Check yourself. Okay? Check yourself. That's all I'm going to say. All right, y'all. I got to get going. Because when I tell y'all these notes, whew, I'm about to have a little Mountain Dew. I had a little coffee this morning. But if I'm being serious, so when I need super, super duper focus, I will either take my ADHD medication or I will drink Mountain Dew. That's what does it every time. Anytime I need to sit still for hours on end and focus, I have to take some sort of stimulant. That is how the ADHD brain is wired, y'all. Oh my God, it's awful. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. NW Bethy says, I guess a woman today needs to accept that if her standards aren't met, being alone is preferable than being with someone that she can't trust. Precisely. That's it. You just said it. You should want to be with the best man you can be with. The best fit for you. And guess what? What's the other option? Being with yourself. There is nothing else in between. So there is the best ethical, moral, legal man you can find. That's the best fit for you. And there is being with yourself. That's it. That's all I got. And I know that women aren't going to accept that. They're going to mess with everything in between. Can I be real? Most women do. I would say 80% of women mess with everything in between. They know that the guy is not the best fit guy. They know he's not legal, moral, and ethical. But they'd rather that than the opposite. So, yeah. Why do women still get BBLs when men say it puts them in a negative category? Because women are dumb. Because women are dumb. Not all of them, but like she said, women, like you said earlier, women love attention. It gets them attention. And for a lot of women, that's enough. Like it may not get them a husband. It may not get them a family, but it'll get them attention. And for some women, that's all they need is some attention. So that can't be me. I don't want that kind of attention. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Email me at info@betterlovemovement.com. I will send you an invite to Skool. I'm going to upload 2 videos to YouTube now. Please head over to the YouTube channel and please consider subscribing, okay? Something's going on with my phone. I cannot stress that enough. You'll get a lot of content that you can't get anywhere else when you subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fabulous day. If you're interested in getting that invitation so you can make tonight's meeting, all you have to do is email me right now and I will send over that email invitation and you go in and get set up. I hope to see you there. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.